Welcome everybody to another episode of Grande Gang TV. Here at Grande Gang is our mission to inspire you to live life grande, and we use this podcast as a way to provide you with the inspiration to do that. So today we have our special guest, Jonesy. Jonesy is a local music producer from Gary, Indiana. Obviously African American. Of course, let's go ahead and get that out there off top. But man, me and Jonesy, I linked up with Jonesy through Twitter, like many of my other guests. He's just all around stand up guy, and he makes honestly makes great music. I haven't heard anything from him, samples or even tracks he's produced that I didn't personally like. I like his sound a lot. I like the way he approaches producing music. It's not cookie cutter, it's not generic, and he has his own. He's not scared to stand on his own. But without further ado, I'm gonna let him introduce himself so we can get this interview started.
Yeah, let me introduce myself because I'm not a local music producer. I am a music producer. Y'all just don't know.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what I'm saying? That's why on my website I got Best Kept Secret like as my like little what's good, bro? That's like my bad. I'm outside.
No, you good, bro.
What the fuck do you call that thing? Anyway, bro, if you go on my website, it say Best Kept Secret. That's
Oh,
like
you
that actually
your
started
bio.
in high school. Yeah, bio,
Yeah.
whatever you call that shit. Like that actually started from when I was in high school band. Our band like nickname or whatever was Best Kept Secret. So then when I started rebranding myself from School'em Jonesy to Jonesy 49, I wanted to incorporate as much stuff as like from the crib or from me into my brand and into my work. So I just pulled that little jump from high school band. So shout out Mr. Walker, man. That's my guy.
Shout out Mr. Walker, man.
Hell yeah, that was my first black male teacher. Matter of fact, yeah, Walker was my first black male teacher.
Man, you never forget the first black teacher. My first one was Miss Ezel, bro. 3rd grade. Miss Ezel. First black teacher I ever had.
Yeah, no, I came out the gate with a black teacher. Her name was Mrs. Outlaw. She did not like me.
You was probably
I don't
bad as
know.
hell.
Gee, no way. Like, I don't know what I did. Like kindergarten, I was getting bullied and shit. Like, it got to the point where like my mom came up to the school and shit. Like, and I'm like, out of all the kids not to like, bro, you don't like me? Like,
Hey,
what
yo.
the fuck?
Hey, that is some selfish shit to say, bro.
Like, you don't like me? I'm coming in here getting my ass beat, bro. Not even by you. Okay, by your fucking students. And you don't like me? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Hey, man.
Mrs. Outlaw. But nah, elementary school, I had 1, 2, 3. I had like 6 black teachers, but they was all females though.
Oh, yeah, facts. I don't think I've had a black male teacher, bro.
Damn, yeah, that's rare as fuck. Like Walker was my first black male teacher. Like that was my guy from 6th grade all the way through when he started moving around and shit. Like you can't catch him, man.
Facts,
He be
man.
all over the place.
Bro, that's what I swear. When I was just at university, and there was a couple like black professors that my older homie had tapped me in with, but they move so fast, bro. Like if you weren't there when they were there, you can't catch them. Like both of them, there was one named Dr. Canada. He moved schools that same year, like a couple weeks after I met him. And then there was another one, Dr. Walton. He moved schools as well. So I was like, damn, I didn't even get to take y'all classes or whatever. That shit kind of sucked.
Man, at least out here, if you a black male teacher and you're not playing politics how you supposed to be playing them, you gonna get bounced around.
No, that's the fact. That's definitely the facts that they was dealing with a lot of bullshit, and that's why they was leaving. Because
Because
one thing black men ain't gonna do, we ain't gonna put up no bullshit at work, bro.
Hey, I don't, because like it's like I don't feel like work politics is necessarily bullshit until they start trying to pull the bullshit. Because there was
Yeah.
2 black male teachers that like I really gravitated to that was able to like really flourish and have good teaching careers. And when I say they stood on 2 separate sides of the political spectrum when it came to like work politics,
Yes,
but
bro.
they both kept their job. So I'm like, gee, this is funny to really see.
But and that's the thing, like you said, it's not bullshit until people make it bullshit. But I feel like it only becomes bullshit when people take it too seriously. Like when they try and make work politics the end all be all in the work environment. That's what creates a toxic work environment, in my opinion. Cause
Like,
yeah,
like, bro, I'll leave this motherfucker, bro.
bro,
You don't
like
know why,
boy,
boy.
I'll quit right now.
I will. Gee, I will get. I will be on Indeed as I'm walking out this motherfucker playing with me.
Bro, what fuck you talking about? But man, let us get back on topic, man. For we turn this thing into a whole workplace relations rant.
Oh yeah, I'll show us when to take it to a
Hey,
whole nother place.
believe me, I got some stories. Psh, man, but so obviously, you know, first question I always ask people is where are you from? We already said Gary, Indiana, but I wanted to get like a little bit more into that, you know, like you know, maybe like what neighborhood you were from and just how was growing up? How did you like growing up in Gary, and then what led you to getting into music early on?
All right, so I was born in California, raised in Gary. My daddy was a fuck that nigga do. I wasn't considered a military brat because he was already out the military. They just lived in California, but moved back here, raised in Gary. I'm from Glen Park, West Side, 49th. That don't really mean nothing. Like Gary is just Gary. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody know everybody. Like, yeah, you from this neighborhood, but like if a nigga from far West Side shoot a music video, there's a chance you could be in it because you went to church with him back in the day, type shit.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like, yeah,
So
like
kind of
it's a
close knit.
real, yeah, in a way, like everybody is always one cousin away, one friend away. My barber know this dude. My baby daddy know this guy. Like you're always just that one relationship away from the next person. So like I really grew up in like, you know, kind of like a community type environment. It's
Hmm.
still the hood, but everybody know everybody.
I feel that.
You
I grew
know
up
who the
similar.
street niggas are. So you know where to stay away from type shit.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I grew up kind of the same way in Norfolk. Like there was definitely lines drawn in the sand, but like you said, it wasn't. You was always like 2 degrees of separation removed from people. Like people, you know, people, somebody your cousin, somebody your, you know, your mama went to school, or your mom used to go to the club with so and so, or oh so and so used to babysit you back in the day. Like that's what it turned into.
Hell yeah. But that's pretty much how it was, man. Like I grew up around all my cousins. I was bounced between before we got our house, I would be between my grandparents' house, like my mama parents and my daddy parents. So pretty like I don't know. I just say I grew up as like your typical kid in the hood who had a single mother. You're always
Facts.
around your cousins, always at your grandma's crib,
Oh
like
God.
always outside playing with motherfuckers. Like that's just how it was.
Always after school at daycare.
Oh no, there wasn't no daycare, man. We was at the crib. Oh, that's fun. That's another thing, bro. I'm the youngest of three. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, like by the time niggas start going to school, it was stay at home with your brother.
Yeah, I was gonna, yeah, yeah, you was good. You was good, bro. Yeah, you was straight.
Yeah, Granny was my daycare going into school.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I got in school, we'll go to like an after school joint, like kindergarten and first grade. But gee, looking back on it, I had a key to my house when I was like 7.
Bro, same. I had a key to my house and I had an emergency phone.
Bro, I would not give my 7-year-old niece a key to anything today, bro. Let alone trust her to walk home.
Facts, man. Like, oh man, mom. Thankfully, where I grew up in Norfolk, we lived like literally right behind school. Like it was like less than it wasn't even a 5 minute walk, bro. It was 5 minutes and you at the front door of school. So it was easy for us to, my mom used to tell us, all right, we used to have to wake up early in the morning and go to the homie crib because she had to go to work stupid early. So we go to his crib and go back to sleep until it was time to get up for school. And then we all just walk to school together, come home. Mama say, come take y'all ass right home, lock the doors, get you something to eat, and then we be outside.
For the
But
rest of the day, beating motherfuckers up and shit.
bro, what I'm talking about, popping stoppies on bikes, hitting wheelies. You feel
What
me?
nigga said stop these? Hey, we used to ride around the hood on bikes, kicking people cars to make their car alarm go off.
Man, we used to do ding dong ditch a lot. So what we would, it was just always this one house with this big ass white roller though. So we would ding dong ditch and duck into the alley. But one day, bro, I could have sworn the door was open. So when we bent into the alley, it was like the door was open and the Rottweiler was like finna come out, bro. That was the last time we ding dong ditch. That shit had me scarred.
Man, I used to always hit the like if it was like a challenge, bro, I was on that shit, bro. It was
Oh
this one
God,
crazy ass man that shot at us the first time. I'm like, nigga, we finna go do it again.
y'all crazy as hell.
Gee, we was, yeah, bro. We was just, man, we was wild, bro. We'll be outside for hours, bro. Miles away from the crib on bikes. Like kids cannot do that shit now.
Nah, hell no, they can't. They can't do it, bro. They gonna be lost and all that shit. But I
They
don't
don't
know
got no land skills.
none of it, bro. No navigation skills. But that's people nowadays in general. Like most people, like they can't read a street sign. They don't know what block they own on whatever street they own. Like they don't, people aren't aware of their surroundings nowadays. But I just think it's just that constant phone usage.
I'm like, y'all gotta get. Yeah, my ex was like that. I had to teach her north, south, east, and west. I'm like, bro, everything ain't right and left and up and down.
Exactly, bro. You gotta when you in odd positions, them cardinal points be off wherever you go. You every time you walk, your direction changes. Every time you look somewhere, your direction changes. But that was stuff like you said, we got a feel for when we was outside. Like we knew where a certain direction was because of the street we was going to. And we like, okay, that's on the north side of town, so we need to bend back this way. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like critical thinking is something that's on the decline.
It's
That's
gone. There's no like, what are the critical thinking games now? Like, what are kids doing leading up into school? That's like the critical thinking games.
they should be playing quick maths on them damn iPhones. Shout out Sulu. Quick maths is an iMessage game where you can do actual like math problems in real time against an opponent. Shout out to Sulu. He'll be on here soon.
Hey, it sounds like you should write a sponsorship proposal.
Yeah, no cap. Hey,
You
get that back.
you know,
You know,
go
man.
ahead and secure that bag.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah, like kids don't even got that no more, but they know what Baby Shark is.
Yeah, and that's the
It's like it
thing.
ain't.
That's weird to me. That's really weird to me.
They know all the songs. They can make all the funny noises and shit. But it's like, gee, what are the games or hands-on stuff that kids are doing now that's really teaching them stuff?
Yeah, and it's like now the only way they learn is if it's coming off of a digital screen, which is actually negative because it's proven that we as humans we learn better when something is being taught to us, like being spoken to us, and we can observe the person while they're doing it, and that way they can work through it with us. So now you have a whole bunch of kids that have like ADHD and are super hyperactive because they're always presented with all these options. Like they're a child. Their brains can't handle all that stimulus at one time. And I feel
It
like
absolutely can't,
it
bro.
can't, bro. It overwhelms them all the time. So they get anxiety and then they get addicted to it real bad. Like they be crying if they don't get their tablets, throwing shit. Like, and it's crazy. I swear to God, kids did not act like this. Like kids used to be bad, but it was never like this. Between all the added sugar people feed their kids nowadays and
And
hours
then
and
not
hours.
put them down in melatonin at night. Like, nigga, that can't be good.
Bro, it literally says it be people that have like 2-year-olds giving their little kids melatonin gummies. That shit say 3 and up. And then even still, you still shouldn't be giving it to them every day if they having trouble falling asleep. Like if it's like a Monday night and it's 11 o'clock and they got to be up at 5 in the morning, I would say give them a melatonin. But bro, you giving them melatonin every night at the same time, you literally you're destroying their circadian rhythm. You're destroying it.
Man, put them boys on the sleep schedule. My mama ain't give us nothing to go to sleep. My mama ain't give us nothing to stay
Bro,
awake
an
during the
ass
day.
whooping, an ass
Gee,
whooping.
I ain't even get those. I ain't get women's. I'm the baby boy. I ain't finna get no whoopings.
You
You
skate,
ain't finna whoop me. Yeah,
skate club, skate
yeah.
club, skate club.
Nobody about to put their hands on that shit. But yeah, bro. The only thing we got in the morning was some Flintstone vitamins. Here, nigga. Here,
No cap.
survive till lunch, and then eat your little slice of pizza. Probably get a bag of chips. Go to the crib. Eat another little bag of chips. Eat dinner, nigga, and that's it. Go to bed. What the fuck is melatonin?
Nigga, if you don't cut off them damn lights and go to sleep.
I swear, bro. Downside of being the youngest. I used to have to go to bed at 8 o'clock, and that's when wrestling would come on. So I
Yes,
would have
bro.
to force myself to go to sleep while my brothers are in the next room. And I can hear the TV clear as day, bro. These niggas watching wrestling, I have to go to sleep.
I know
What
you was hurt.
melatonin, dog?
I know you was hurt. Man, only
Hurt
thing
as
putting you to
hell.
bed was sorrow.
Gee,
Motherfucking
the
sorrow.
one night, it was probably some holiday where we had a 3-day weekend or some whatever, bro. That one night I got to watch wrestling, bro. I never forget that night. But yeah, G, it wasn't no. These kids these days are being too programmed.
Bro. They out of hand.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So like, majority of my clients are like way younger. Like I'm 29, so way younger to me is like 2021, and they'll tell me that they didn't have dictionaries in school, and I'm like, that was punishment for us.
Wow.
Like you would have to go write like a page in the dictionary as punishment if you said some bullshit type shit.
Wow. Yeah, bro. Like that used to be punishment. Like I'm way younger than you as well, bro. But I grew up like in the South, so education was a little,
A little behind, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
go ahead and say it. Yeah,
so
shit.
old
I'm
school.
in the hood, so the education here is just as behind.
Yeah, bro. But I still grew up where we were, like you said, you get in trouble, they make you read the dictionary. But my grandma used to do that shit at home. Like we used to come home and get in trouble, bro. She used to be like, go pick up that dictionary and read. I'm like, and we used to look at her like, grandma, like, can I just take the whooping? She's like, nope, no. Go open up that book and read.
I'm dead, bro. My nigga said, just whoop me.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, you feel me, a little 4-5, 4-5 hits ain't nothing, but damn, read the dictionary. But I thank my mom and my grandma for that, because I have such an expansive vocabulary, and people always ask me, oh, you must read a lot. I don't read half as much as I used to 5 years ago, but because I spent so much time reading when I was younger, it gave me a good, like, kind of a good foundation to go out into the world to learn knowledge.
Man, we used to have to write, if you said shut up in Miss Master's class, you had to write, I would not say shut up X amount of times. And you had to write your states and capitals X amount of times.
Damn, not the states and capitals.
Gee, Miss Master wasn't fucking around about saying shut up in her class, bro.
Yo, oh my God. Yo, she's vicious for that. That's criminal.
That's still my favorite teacher till this day. Because that's how I learned what fairness truly is. Like, it ain't you always being right, bro. You gonna get what you deserve type shit.
Exactly. You're gonna get what you deserve. So if you walk around telling people to shut up, you're gonna be writing them damn states and capitals.
I fuck with Miss Master.
Yeah, man, for sure. I fuck with Miss Ezel and all that shit, man. But all right, so you got your foundation down, bro. Real good foundation, and from the sounds of it, raised up real well by people that cared about you and wanted to see you do great things. So what was your first experience like with the music? Like, what was the first time that you can remember like being exposed to music? And then when you were exposed to music as a child, what generally was the genre, and who generally was the artist while you were like growing up, riding in the car with mom or riding with pops?
All right, so the first song I vividly remember hearing was "Summertime" by Will Smith, and I heard it in my uncle's Buick Riviera. He had a cream Buick Riviera with cream seats. I'll never forget that car.
Classic.
Clear as hell, bro. Had the digital
the little 8-track
thermostat.
Oh,
it had the little clicker buttons on it. The thermostat had the digital letters on it. It was like the first year Buick did it. I'm like, gee, this shit is a fucking spaceship.
Lean, my boy.
He picked me up from kindergarten. And nigga, the bass line on that song just goes through the whole song. So I'm like, gee, this shit kind of cool. But that didn't really put me on to like music. Like when I started getting on the road with my mom and could actually remember being on the road, like it was straight Motown the whole way. And that was the first music I actually fell in love with in life. Like Stevie Wonder, Aretha, Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, like all that shit, bro. And she played cassette tapes back then.
Yeah,
And my mom is like a real old school mom, bro. Like, ain't no touching the radio while she driving.
bro.
So
On
until
God.
we stop for gas, whatever we listening to is just gonna go on repeat and repeat and repeat, dog. I know Whitney Houston greatest hits like the back of my hand, bro.
Man, bro, Fantasia for me, man. Man, you can play Fantasia catalog. I know everything. Like you said, my mama, she put on that playlist and it's gonna play.
Like that was it. And like everybody in my family like music. Like her brother, like my uncle that picked me up, his thing was funk. But he also listened to the new shit that we listened to too. But like when he'll get in his old school bag, his thing was funk. So I was listening to like a bunch of Prince around him, Rick James, Parliament, Confunction,
the
classics. All the niggas that was doing coke in the 70s, like that music.
You feel me? Pinky nail type music.
Right, yeah, that cocaine music. Like that's what put me on the funky shit. My pops listen to all the I Love You Girl ass Motown records. So like Temptations, Sam Cooke, still a little bit of Marvin Gaye, some
Your
Al
pops was
Green.
simping, man. Your pops was
right,
simping.
bro. Man, my pops was a sucker, dude. he used to talk so much player shit, bro. But when I used to see him interact with women, bro, I'm like, you a simp, bro.
Hey, I be thinking the same thing
player.
about my pops, man. He be thinking he owned something. I'm like, man, calm down.
Like, no, you love these women, bro. Now my uncle was a player, bro.
Oh yeah, he playing that funk. Yeah, he playing that funk. Yeah.
It got to the point where we had to stop bringing my older brother with us because he'll be telling where we going and shit. We picked up on it early. We was like, this ain't the woman that picked us up with him from school. We just ain't finna say shit.
Oh God, we just ain't finna say nothing. It's none of my business. It's none of my business.
And this ain't the woman that's finna go back to Chicago with us. So we definitely ain't finna say nothing.
Hey, he was having them. Hey, the funk had having them. So
he was having them.
So you said your mom mostly stuck to like Motown and then like, R&B. So what was your favorite? Like, what was your absolute favorite growing up? Like when it came on in the car, you knew it and you were happy to hear it.
Fucking Keith Sweat, bro. Keith Sweat, Nobody was my shit.
Ooh, I can respect that.
And this because it hit so hard, bro. Like my mom's boyfriend had this black Honda Prelude. And I don't know if he did something to his speakers or whatever, but that shit used to hit so hard, bro. I didn't even know I was listening to a love song. I was just listening to the beat. So yeah, Keith Sweat, Nobody was like my absolute shit for like ever.
Hey man, I cannot blame you. Keith Sweat used to hit. I forget what his radio station, but he was like, "You can tune in, baby. It's Keith Sweat." I used to love that shit growing up. That shit was hilarious. People be calling
like all that old Keith Sweat, all the old
R.
Kelly shit that used to hit. Like if it had bass, I loved it. I was like really in the bass lines.
Okay.
And them R. Kelly beats used to really hit too.
Yeah, his production, sorry that he's a sicko, but his production, bro, his music was crazy back in the day, man. Like it was crazy. That's why he was such a generational talent, and that's why niggas let him get away with that shit for so long.
Man, niggas let him get away because he was paid, bro. We gotta stop overselling niggas greed. He was paid, so they ain't give a fuck.
Yep, they didn't care, bro. It won't none of that's none of my business. Because as long as my check clearing, I'm good, bro. That's how they was thinking.
If somebody got notoriety and money, they can get away with murder. Like we didn't seen a few R. Kellys in our lives. It's not necessarily like to that extent and fucking with little girls and shit. But you didn't seen somebody that's flat out full of shit, fucking
that's
people over.
Shit like that, yeah, bro. Plenty of niggas.
That's you know what I'm saying. But people let it slide because they paid and got notoriety.
And I say that all the time about people. Like a lot of times, the message doesn't matter. It's the messenger that matters, right?
Right.
It's always the messenger that matters. The message doesn't matter because humans are programmed and indoctrinated in a way to where they only believe certain shit that comes out of certain people's mouths, and the way they attribute that status to people is by wealth, like you said, and power. And when niggas got money and got power, And it's like, well, damn, even if I were to want to tell on him, he gonna be able to pay for all the lawyers and buy the bitch out in court. So fuck it, I'm gonna just take my money and mind my business. But
Exactly.
that's the wrong approach, bro, because we make people like that. That's what people don't realize. Like when you give people power, you can take that shit back. So if they doing some weird shit, bro, that's up to you to hold them accountable. Because the truth about it is, if more people held him accountable, he would probably still been trying to do the same thing, right? Just because I do believe he's real sick in the head. But at the end of the day, if more people was
They
holding
could
him
have stopped
accountable,
this shit so long
you
ago.
feel me? Like it would,
I
at least it wouldn't
remember.
have went on that long.
I'm finna really like expose my age, bro. Like I remember like that tape going around the hood when I was in the 4th grade. Like I watched not like sat there and watched and entertained by it, but like I've seen the R. Kelly sex tape on the VHS tape, bro.
Nigga.
Like that shit was spreading around like fire. People was watching that shit in barbershops. Like the early 2000s was a wild time, bro.
A super wild time, bro.
That was a wild time. Niggas wish that they could have been grown back then. I'm kind of glad I was a kid and young, dumb, and naive and shit. Because I don't know how them niggas went along with
it. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would have been wild if I was growing in the early 2000s. But I feel like that was the best time to be a millionaire, though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was the best time to be a millionaire. Like if you had money, millions in the early 2000s, you really was living. You know, you had the big ass TVs with the big ass on them, the fish tanks. You know what I'm saying? The stereo systems. You feel?
Had water beds.
Come on, bro. Water beds, man. You could get a mansion, like a 5-bedroom mansion, for like $250
easily.
You feel me? Easily $250. I'm talking about all the trimmings. You know what I'm saying?
Got a Lincoln Navigator. Got a Lincoln Navigator in the driveway
with the GPS system in it, chrome rims. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the time to be alive, bro. That was the time to be alive.
I was cool with being the kid, bro. I couldn't be no grown ass man walking on the set like, hey, y'all see that new R. Kelly sex tape?
Bro, I couldn't imagine how it was trying to navigate.
What the fuck?
Like how do you tell your kids about that? Like if they see that, if they imagine having kids and they see that and they hear about that shit or see it on the block, they come home asking you like, Dad, who is R. Kelly and why was he peeing on a girl? And it's like, huh? Like, I don't know what to tell you, Junior. Like, I don't know. Nah, man. Just
like, yeah, nah, that was a wild time, bro.
That was a wild time to be alive, bro. All right, so you started out Motown, old school R&B, you know. So when did you first start creating music yourself?
So my brother, we had the PlayStation 1, that great joint.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother bought MTV's Music Generator. It was a game that you could make beats on. And he was killing that shit. So I'm like, gee, let me go ahead and get on here. I was fucking terrible. So what I would do is I would load up one of his beats, write down, like on a piece of notebook paper, write down all the sounds and shit that he used, and would go try to recreate it on my own. That was like my first dealings with like piecing together music, was MTV's Music Generator on PlayStation. And then from there, what happened? Same brother, he went off to college and shit, but he was trying to be a rapper, producer, whatever. So Guitar Center had this deal where you got Reason 3, Pro Tools 3, I think Ableton was like on its second version or something. This was like 2004. You got Ableton, a MIDI keyboard, and there's something else I'm missing, and the interface.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably had an interface. Yeah.
But $500. So he bought that, and he could never really figure out how to make beats. So he left it at home, and for a minute I didn't fuck with it either. But one day I was like, man, I'm tired of playing games. I don't want to go outside. Let me just start fucking around with this shit. So I load up Reason, and then from there, like I was just making beats on Reason. Just really making drum patterns because I couldn't do shit else. But from Reason, I want to say Reason that was fifth, sixth grade summer. So seventh grade, when I transferred schools, I linked with my guy Eli G, and that's when he put me on Fruity Loops. And then from there, it's been Fruity Loops ever since.
You know, FL gang. You feel me?
Hell yeah. I think that was FL 6, maybe.
Okay.
FL
Yeah.
6, 7, like, yeah.
That was like vintage FL, like the good
Gee,
FL.
that was before you could crack programs, bro. So like you had to use the demo version. And if
Yes,
you wanted to
bro.
save your beats, you had to export your stems from whatever you was working on.
Immediately, right there, like you had to just export it, bro. Nigga, I'm still using the demo version, man. Fuck FL.
But yeah, but even like before that, I started playing instruments first before I started making beats.
Okay. Yeah, what instruments did you play?
I started off playing saxophone, and then drumline came out, so I learned how to play drums the real way. So like I could read and write percussion music and shit. And then from there, like whenever I be in like school and shit, I always have a band class.
Yeah, facts. So you've been in band and actually creating music hardcore since like fourth grade, you say?
Third, fourth grade, yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. But hey, you started with that sax, man. So I know you got soul.
Yeah, that motherfucker in the shop now. I'm trying to take it out to Atlanta, go be a street performer for a couple hours. Go put a hat down somewhere.
Just to get the experience, make a little something, make a little pocket change.
Cause they be tripping in Chicago.
About the street performer?
Yeah, bro, they be tripping, bro.
Damn, I wouldn't know, bro. I ain't never been out there.
Hey, come slide, bro. Come get the best food in the world. You'll see why when I go on trips and shit, the only thing I eat is Wendy 4x4s and shit.
Oh yeah, I definitely have seen like all the crazy restaurants because I like Fuck That's Delicious. So when he went to Chicago, he put me on to like I knew about like Harold's and stuff, from Black Twitter, shout out to Black folks and shout out all my Black Chicagoans, right? But I didn't know about like the open air Mexican street food market that was down there, like by the Bean. I didn't know about a lot of stuff on there. He really put me on. But I ain't gonna lie, I'll slide out there, bro. But I'm not eating no deep dish pizza. Y'all got that shit.
Yeah, that's tourist pizza anyway. That's like white people tourist pizza anyway. Like real Chicago people, bro. I mean, real Chicago pizza is square cut, thin crust pizza, bro.
Okay.
With some thick ass cheese and some thick ass toppings. Like that whole bunch of that deep dish shit that you be seeing motherfuckers say Chicago pizza is technically not Chicago pizza.
Okay, thank God. I'm glad to hear that.
That's tourist shit. Yeah, that's shit that like if my cousins coming in town and we go to Chicago, we gonna eat that shit.
Yeah, facts. Okay, what's the word on Italian Fiesta?
Italian Fiesta, that's Bay. That's okay. Bay when it come to pizza. Like that's my go-to when it comes to pizza when I'm in the city.
Say less. Shout out Bunchy, man. Shout out Inglewood BU. He be on the timeline,
hell yeah.
bro. He be him
He's
and
Chicago
Cooley.
As hell.
Yeah, him and Cooley, Italian Fiesta stands. I think Cooley at name is still Italian Fiesta, ain't it? It's still Italian Fiesta.
Cooley won't follow me back. I don't know what I did to him. He will. I follow him like 5 times, bro. He will not follow me back. I'm like, man, let's get some music up.
I'm saying, bro, and his music, bro, they both make great music, especially coming out of Chicago. I love like their different sounds, bro. They both got their own unique style and they stick to that shit. They don't get caught up in the trends. That's them the type of artists I like, artists that stay themselves throughout the trends. Fuck the trends, nigga. I'm me. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't got no music with Bunch or Cooley won't even follow me back. And I'll be in Chicago. Well, now I don't. Like, I'm transitioning more out east. But, like, from, like this past spring, like the last year, I was in Chicago, like, every day doing music.
Mm-hmm. So what?
Every single day.
So you haven't got up with them yet, but what are some, like, local artists, well, not local necessarily, but some Chicago artists that you work with or that you still want to work with?
1, 2, really? I mean, shit. I want to just work with like anybody that come correct. or like anybody that I can approach. Like I don't really have like a set names of like who I want to work with. Because if I get in a room with these people and they pieces of shit, I'm not gonna work with them.
I feel you 100%.
Like even if I'm a hero or a fan, if I link with you and it's off, like I'm not gonna want to work with you. So it's like
that's 100%.
Right. If I reach out and you like, yeah, let's do some shit, or you reach out and I'm cool with it, like that's that. But like I don't work too close with Chicago artists because Chicago is like its own thing. Like they got their own producers, they got their own artists, they got their own studios. Chicago is really its own entity,
its own scene. Yeah, it's
like you'll never hear about a motherfucker from Chicago reaching out to people in Gary for producers and shit unless they don't have no money.
Facts. Unless
that's the only way, because Chicago, bro, you're not buying a beat for less than 500 from anybody, and that's 500 from your next door neighbor just got a cracked version of FL12 and he just made a beat.
Facts. Like that's it. That's the culture.
That's it. And I mean, shit, I ain't knocking nobody else a broke creative, because I'm still a broke creative. But if you don't got that bag and you in Chicago, you gonna come to Indiana to find your cameraman and your beats and shit, or at least you should.
Yeah. It's always better. Like, but you know, I feel like sometimes we get caught up in trying to, you know, stay local, stay home. But man, you got to do what you can afford when you up and coming, man. You gonna have time to show love back home when you get there. But if you're not there, it's all right, man. Like, it's nothing wrong with outsourcing. Like, there's nothing wrong with it
at all, bro. But I will say, like, one of the biggest people to reach out from Chicago was DJ L. And DJ L produced for like Herb, Dirk, and shit. Like any of them Chicago artists, you hear that tag, oh my God, who is this? LB? Like that's that nigga. Like he reached out. Yeah, he reached out once upon a time. It's a real dope producer out there I was working close with for the longest, Malcolm Flex. He got some shit up with FBG Duck before he had passed.
RP Duck.
Yeah, I was able to politic with Do or Die's old managers, or old manager. Like he actually owned the studio that we worked at. Shout out to Mark Black. But yeah, it's a couple of people in Chicago to show love and shit. But for the most part, like I'm out here building with my Indiana people. My producer group just moved out to Atlanta, so we starting up that pipeline.
Okay, y'all Indiana to Atlanta pipeline.
Right. So that's pretty much where I'm at as far as like location wise and who reached out and stuff. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, I feel you 100% on that, bro. Like there's a fine line between looking for new content and new places and building upon what you have. And I feel like you have to have a good balance of it when you're trying to, you know, solidify yourself or just in general business. You just want to have a good balance of you know, working locally with people and then getting up with other people, because you a lot of times people like to shit on their own city or be like, man, niggas ain't on shit in the city, but for real, it's really be that area. A lot of people don't ever get out of their area within their city or ever branch out into maybe some suburbs of their cities or like sister cities that are like 30, 40 minutes away. So it's like there's other people like you within your general living vicinity, right? But you just haven't went out to find it.
Bro, and the people in the industry love people to do that because they can they can lock them into shitty contracts easier.
Yep. And that's what people don't realize. That's what people don't realize.
It's somebody from out here that's like that's from Atlanta now. You feel me? From Atlanta, he doing this thing. And like, don't get me wrong, bro, doing this thing, he's successful and all that shit. But I'm like, what's the foundation? Like, I want to at least be able to, like, when all else fails, because the industry don't love you, bro. Get your bread and get the fuck out. The industry don't love you. All else fails, I can come back here and record my homies and then record they kids who come up and then record they people who come up for the next 20, 30, 40 years out this little building that I own. That's a successful business if you ask me. Granted, these niggas might not be top 10 billboard ass motherfuckers, but they coming to pay me per hour for 30, 40 years to record their music.
and that's like you said, that is kind of my biggest point to anybody that's trying to get out there in the music, bro. You gotta really check your ego and stop trying to be, oh man, I want to get so and so, bro. As long as you success is a sliding scale, and you are the one that determines your success. So, like you said, you're fine with as long as with having consistent clients that you've been working with for 20 years, because you know they're gonna come in, they got good bread, they're good people. You know, we do good things in here. But oh yeah, they're not on the Billboard top 100. So what, bro? Like music, I tell people all the time, music, there's no such thing as oversaturation in music, right? In other markets and other businesses, there is, right? You'll run into lots of competition. You'll have to change markets, change settings. But in music, as long as you're being yourself, you'll always accrue a following. So you don't have to adapt to the trends all the time. Is it good to have something, some trendy stuff to get people in the door? Yes, it is. But if you all you doing is trying to be like everybody else, what's gonna make people listen to you? What's gonna make people fuck with you over the next person? You know what I'm saying?
And then
And
that's when they go link with these entertainment agencies who be having them fake relationships and fake beefs with people and shit just to stay relevant.
bro, and that's the thing. That's the thing that people don't get. The reason why I like that you try to get out locally and stuff is because you build solidified concrete connections, right? So you can even scale that into an A&R role, or even like a music, like hosting shows in the city, because you have real connections that you made with real people, not agents that work for fucking Universal Music Publishing or whatever, that never been to the city, and they just know more agents in the city. They don't know nobody real in the city. Like that's how a lot of artists. That's how they be going to these cities to be getting robbed and jumped. It's like because you don't have no real connection here. So of
Right.
course,
You can't get nobody that heads up. Hey, bro, I'm coming to town. I bet we got you. You and
like
niggas don't have that.
you feel me? Like you feel me? Oh, like hey, bro, I'm coming to town to do a show. Oh, say that. Let us know when it is. We got you. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't understand, man. When niggas see you OT and they think you got some money, you a lick. It don't matter who you is, bro. If you ain't got nobody in the city, like, oh no, nah, bro, he good. No, you done for, bro. Like niggas running your shit. Like that's it. That's it.
And if can't nobody speak on your behalf, nigga, you done. It's your security gonna do what they can, nigga, but that's it.
Bro, that's it. And
That's
and
it.
and if you a smaller artist, chances are you can't even afford the good security. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas with bear mason and tasers, bro. You don't got nobody with no gun. Y'all getting robbed at gunpoint. And them niggas still, and whether y'all get robbed or not, them niggas gonna be asking you when you get back to wherever y'all came from, hey, where my check at? You know what I'm saying? You got to pay them niggas either way.
Exactly. And that's
But
why, and that's how artists be buying their gang ties and shit. But that's a whole nother story.
yeah, that's some stuff we ain't even gonna get into, man.
Whole nother story.
If you know, you know. All right, we that is.
Right. But you said something about like I could scale it into a event hosting type deal. What I'm trying to do now is I link with my partner JP. Shout out to the folks at Square One. We it's brainstorming now, but we finna put together any. Ooh, my phone.
Oh no, you good, bro.
Damn. Am I back?
Yep.
All right, there we go. My shit tripping. Let me plug my headphones in.
No, you good, bro.
Yeah, bro. It don't matter where I put my phone on my lap, that bitch will fall.
Bro, don't matter if I got a case on it or none of that. It's gonna fall.
Damn. But anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So I should just
JP.
jump back into it. JP, my guy. Yeah, he's a artist, and we putting in. I'm gonna try to put together a event where producers buy in. You know, 30, $50, and then we gonna invite rappers to the gallery. You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll probably have a couple performances or whatever, but we gonna invite them to the gallery, play beats, and it's a pretty much name your price, kind of like beat by type deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Kind of like a tasting gallery, but for music production.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
like niggas come through, come play your beats, come sell your beats. Artists come buy some beats. Cause I'm recording too many artists on YouTube beats. And like I get it. Some people come through, they just want to do it as a hobby. So the best way to do it is to get on YouTube and get a free beat. Cool. But I be meeting people who looking for producers, like who want to buy beats.
Yeah.
Granted, I could take up the whole, you know what I'm saying, the whole pot. But it's like, fuck that. I'm gonna get everybody here paid in some exposure and shit because I feel like I'm straight, and what's meant for me is what's gonna come to me.
Exactly, bro. And it's not. It's low key. I fuck with YouTube beats because they are, like you said, they're cool for hobbyists and people that aren't really looking into it. But like you said, you get once you start making your own sound and getting buzz, you'll find that people really want to buy beats. They want good viable beats because that aren't on no type of little free domain lease. They want stuff that they know for 100% is going to be theirs, so that when they go to make that music and they own the masters to that music, they've already paid for the production. So they own that, what I'm saying, they own that song besides whatever else they work out with the producer.
Hell yeah.
But that
So
that
I'm
that's
just trying to
definitely a
get my
cool
niggas
idea,
paid.
bro. Exactly. That's a cool idea, bro, because everybody eats in a situation like that. Everybody eats.
And that's all I'm about, bro. That's all I'm about, bro. And fuck, music is a $1 billion industry, bro. Like, I only want 1%. And I can even share that 1%.
Exact, and still have tons of money because and that's because you don't have to be no one trick pony, right? People think because you make music, all you got to do for the rest of your life is make music. No, you could get into real estate.
Wait, hold on. These bikes gonna come down the street.
Oh, for sure.
Old ass niggas. Go on,
Cruising,
bro.
cruising.
But nah, they passed though.
Oh yeah, bro. But like I was saying, like you don't have to do music all your life, so you can take that 1% and spread it around, and then and guess what, bro? Turn that shit up, and next thing you know, you got a multi-million-dollar real estate empire just because you just needed some startup bread. Like you don't. I feel like sometimes people get too caught up into wanting to be a famous rapper. Like I said, ego tripping. They want to be a certain way, this and the third. But it's so many different ways to achieve your ideal version of success. You should never box yourself into one thing, in my opinion.
I've had meetings with people where that thinking got me bounced right out that motherfucker. Where it's like, because I mean, like I get it. No one wants to feel like you're someone's startup or whatever. But when you $1 million company and all you want to do is own my shit at the end of the day, can I at least get compensated fairly?
Exactly.
Because
Because
at the end of the day, you want my shit and you want to invest in me. And I get it. Like, you're putting up the bread. This is your bread that you're investing into me. So I got to respect that in order to understand why you want majority of the bag and ownership, which is cool. But gee, I need to be able to put this shit somewhere else, and I don't need to be that tied to you for so long. And there's some people that go, fuck that.
yeah, and they don't want to hear that because it's like, oh damn, he not gonna be easy to control. All right, well, let's get in the meeting, or he not gonna give us what we want. Like, but
Or
that's
he's not going to be around for a while because music is such a volatile business. Is that
exactly.
when you get that when you get that person, it's like, yeah, bro, we have to keep him.
Yeah, bro. But that's the facts, and that's the facts about it, man. Like, which is why it's so unrealistic to want to try and be a Billboard top 10 artist. Because even most people that hit the Billboard top 100, a lot of people, as soon as they hit that shit, they fall off and never touch it again. Like, there was a lot of artists, man. I would never know a lot of shit if it weren't for Twitter, man. But there's a lot of artists that I could have sworn were like stars. But when Twitter was doing that little how many Billboard 100 hits they got, I was like, damn, that's it. So it's like that shit really doesn't make you, bro. You can still be a successful, well-known artist, producer, and without being insanely popular or without being signed to some major record label. Because at the end of the day, it's up to you to make your success. And the way I always look at it is, bro, as long as you escape out your city, you didn't die in your city, you know what I'm saying, and you are able to make passive income off of something that you're talented at and that you like to do, you're winning in life. You're winning.
Easily.
Because the average American has to wake up and go slave for him to get that money. You know what I'm saying? But you can make that same money if everything, you feel me, if everything fucked up and you ain't want to go to work no more, you could do that. And that should be everybody's goal. Just being financially free. Like I can make money on my own. I don't gotta
And
some job for it.
And that's why I'll never care about like being no lit ass producer, no lit music dude. Cause like right now, when it averages out, I make about as much as some people make at the steel mill here.
Yeah. And it's like,
But
bro, what more can you ask for than that, man? You know what I'm saying?
and that's why I'm forever grateful. That's why you'll never see me looking to my left and my right trying to compete and beef with motherfuckers. Cause it's like, gee, my best friend works in the steel mill. I don't work nearly as hard as him. Like when it comes to like physical labor or like shit that's really taxing on me, there's no way I come close to what he does. But I'm in the ballpark with him. It's not as consistent as I like. Right, but I'm in the ballpark. If you want to say, hey, let's go take this day trip to Denver now, I can go pull up with him now. But it's stack season, so I can't.
You feel me? Big stack season. Big stack season.
You know, stack don't lack, baby.
You feel me? SDL.
$10 a day, baby. I put Hugo on to that. $10 a day, bro. We was buying. Gee, I'll buy Popeyes. This was back when Popeyes had that big, the $5 big box.
Yeah, the $5 big box, nigga. You get them there chicken tenders and 2 sides.
Yes, bro, nigga. Boy, I'll pay all my bills, buy 7 of weed, nigga. $10 a day. It's $5 for that box. I had enough to get like to get a wrap or some shit if I needed it,
and a little drink.
Right, a little water or something.
You know what I'm saying?
Throughout my work day, like, oh, and plus, nigga, they serve lunch at work, so I ain't even have to like really pay for shit at work, like during my work days.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's plugged.
So like, I saved up a couple $100 just off of the loose change that I would carry. I mean, off of the loose change that I would save just not eating at work.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
But yeah, man, it's stack season out here, baby.
But like I said, bro, like even you said, it's not as consistent as you want it, right? So people, they kind of have this negative connotation about when you say, yeah, I'm making passive income off it. That's one of the first things they want to say, right? But like I said, that doesn't mean that your goal has to be to get on the Billboard 100. You just want to make it more consistent. But it's like, bro, you got your foot in the door now. So now that's all you got to worry about is making it more consistent. How can I make this more consistent? What are the things I need to do to make this consistent so that I can then grow on it from there? Because at the end of the day, bro, if you can get to making $50,000-$60,000 a year off producing music, bro, you're living. Like I
could go work at a gas station for the rest of my life. It'd be cool.
And be cool, bro. Get you a little part-time day job for spending money or however you want to do it, and you just know you good. And just pay all your bills up in full and just make sure they paid off so you ain't got to worry about it. Just if stuff do get slow, and if stuff do get slow, you got a job just so you can, all right, boom, I'm working 20 hours, but damn, I can work 40. But like I said, a lot of the stuff you do is highly scalable. It's integratable into many different venues. You know what I'm saying? Like you can if you want to start hosting parties, you can host parties. Like you said, I think that's a great idea, bro. I really do. I never heard nobody try to take that approach to producing. And you know, and setting up a venue for that. That is going to be something revolutionary.
You know, I'm trying to turn beats back into a producer's market, bro. And it's the hardest thing is going to be fighting them YouTube producers to pull their shit down. And they have 100% great reason to use YouTube as a source because some of those kids live in cities where it's only like 2,000 people.
Yes,
and the next biggest city is 8 hours away. So like, I get it, bro. You can't make that 8-hour drive to go network how you want to. So you got to use the internet to your advantage. So like I'm not really speaking to them, but like if you in fucking Philadelphia, bro, and you making tight beats, come on, bro. And you giving out shit for free. I mean, let me go back because tight beats aren't the problem. It's giving them away for free that is the problem.
Exactly.
If you in the city like Philadelphia, bro, and you giving away beats, bro, that's to people that's not your niggas. Like there's people that's not building with you on your team, bro. You fucking the game up.
You fucking yourself up because you're letting people know that, hey, I don't understand my worth enough. We ain't saying you got to charge niggas 500, but damn, nigga, you can't charge a nigga 80. You can't charge a nigga 30 ball on your beats, bro. Like yeah, you know you starting out to something, but it's the principle behind getting paid for something you work on. Because I always think about, I'm still young as hell, right? Like my homie, like I got homies that are producers and they do music. In my head, I'm like, bro, Blizzy, if you can make 5 beats and sell them for $50 on BeatStars, if you sell 5 beats a week, that's like half of your paycheck, bro. Like, do you not understand how big of a feat that is? Wait, 50 times 5. Am I tripping? No, that's 250. You made 250 this week doing nothing. Doing nothing, bro.
Doing what you love.
Doing what you love. So it's
That's
nothing
what
to
it
do.
is.
Doing what you love, bro. So you made half of your regular paycheck. So now you getting your paycheck and a half every week. And all you did was make a 15 pack on Sunday night and sell 5 beats throughout the week. Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, just don't sell if you're listening to this and you're up and coming producer or artist, don't ever sell yourself short, bro. Don't ever allow other people to determine your worth. Because in music, do other people determine your worth? Technically, if you want to look at it from 100% objective standpoint, but it's up to you to determine your worth so that people evaluate you properly. Because the world you experience outside is only a reflection of your internal self. So you gotta.
Man, we determine.
Exactly.
My bad, bro.
Oh no, you good. You good. I was done, bro. You good, man. But that's it, bro. You determine your worth, bro. Like, don't ever let nobody tell you what you should and shouldn't be paying. That nigga don't want to buy it. Okay, fuck it. We live in the age of the internet. Put that shit on BeatStars. Tweet your link every day. Somebody gonna buy that shit eventually, bro. Niggas is gonna fuck with you, bro. That's what I tell people all the time. You can't be scared. Niggas is gonna fuck with you eventually. Yo.
All right, bro. I'm in the perfect position to finish this out strong.
Yeah, bro. We almost at the end. I'm at the end of my list of questions, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I planned on being in the studio for this, but Aaron's running a little later than I planned on it.
That's all right, dog. It ain't nothing. I figured your phone had died or something. So,
yeah, bro. I said it got too hot. I had to throw it in the freezer.
Oh hell yeah! I hate when they do that shit.
But no, I'm good now.
Yeah, bro. But shit, we won't politic about nothing. But just people establishing their own worth and understanding that they're worth something and believing that they're worth something.
Oh yeah, getting producers paid. Like, yes, that's kind of what got me into engineering, because artists, a lot of artists today, like, they move off of how they feel, like, in the now. So when they show up to the studio, they don't even be one to like, not necessarily not buy beats, but they don't be planning on buying them from me. So it's like, we'll get on YouTube, they'll say, type in whatever type beat, and then I go, hey, I got some shit to sound like this. And then we'll go through beats, and then I'll sell some shit right then and there. Like, I sell most of my beats in the studio versus online. Like, I'm terrible with selling beats online.
Mm-hmm. So you said, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that correctly. So you said most of yours online or off the studio?
In the studio.
In the studio, yeah, right.
Yep.
Right. But you still use online to connect with people, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's how I link with Presley.
Oh yeah, fact. Yeah, shout out Presley, bro. Shout out making niggas millionaires, man. That's
hey, Presley, hey, bro thought it's a funny ass story now. I could tell this happened a while ago.
Okay.
I was selling my Hypernova Lifetime membership, and I told him 33. I thought he assumed that I meant 3,300 because I had niggas talked about Hypernova.
Yeah.
My dog sent me $33, bro. I was like,
Presley, bro.
That shit was funny as hell. I'm like, nah, bro.
No, bro. 3,300.
That shit was funny as hell. I fuck with my nigga Presley though. He cool as fuck. But that shit was funny as hell, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's hilarious, my dog. But that's what's up, bro. Like I said, I'm low key at the end of my questions. Like I said, you covered everything. We covered, your music beginnings. But the last thing that I wanted to ask you before, we get off of here, what is some real solid advice? What are some things you wish you knew before you got into the industry?
I'll actually one up you and give you a better one. I'll tell you how I knew when to start what I'm doing.
That's even better. Yeah, that works.
Because like we said earlier, I've been creating music since around 2004. I've been good at this since 2010. Like I can comfortably say that I've been good at making music since 2010. So that's 11 years ago. I haven't been consistent with making it, but I can, like, since 2010, nigga, you can line up a row of instruments, a keyboard, and a DAW, and I can play, write, arrange on each and everything, bro. I can do this shit. Now I can do that for the last like 10 years. In the last 3, I've only been able to use. I've gotten the Pro Tools and shit. But I knew, because even up until like 3 years ago, I started, all of my brothers would tell me, yo, you should do music. You should do music. Every family event I pull up to, why aren't you doing music? And like the whole time, I'm like, yo, I'm not ready to. And I knew I wasn't ready to, because I knew I wasn't mature enough to play the politics that needed to be played to make the money that I want to make. So I knew that I had to reach some type of maturity level where I had to go, yo, your feelings do not matter, bro. And Facts. You can't have your heart wrapped around $1.
That's facts. You got to be able to separate business. You got to understand that a lot of shit is just business. Like, it's just
right.
business.
And sometimes people even take it upon themselves to personally take their feelings out against you through the business. And even still, you have to know when they're doing that.
Yep. That's 100% facts. I agree with you 100%.
So like, once I really understood like how to play politics in a situation, that's when I was like, okay, let me go ahead and start trying to do this.
Bro, you know what, man? You definitely one up me, because that's probably the best thing. That's honestly probably the best thing that's the number one thing I'll tell anybody. With even my short time being in business, you know, Grande Gang only been around about 7 months now. So, but still, man, just that, I know that shit, it really opened up your view and how you view the industry, and it really changed the way you navigate it. And that's what's important. You know what I'm saying? That's what is important. You don't want to get too caught up in being emotional with everything. Oh, this person ain't want to collab with me, this, that, and the third, taking that shit personals, you know, starting little stupid shit like disagreements. Like, you really just gotta let shit wash off your back. Like, you just gotta be like water, bro. You just gotta let shit flow.
Right. You cannot be too top heavy. You can't lean on too heavy on one side, because you're gonna get fucked over. It might feel good and actually create something good in that moment, but
you gotta think about longevity. Longevity, right, always.
Because you could be an emotional ass nigga and make the most beautiful music, the most great emotional ass light-skinned nigga ass music that just pops. But since you were so emotional and lost in the business, you just signed everything that came your way.
Exactly, bro. Because you looking for some type of internal validation from the shit you doing externally, but you gotta create your own internal validation so that you can get what you're looking for out of life. Like, you're not gonna be able to get to where you want to go in life and whatever you want to do if you too caught up in how it makes you feel. It's important to understand your passion and use your passion to drive you, but you cannot let your passion guide you. You got to let your thoughts guide you, because your passion, you feel me? We all done been on, you feel me? We done all done hit shorties. It was passionate, but that was not the right move at the time. That was not it.
At all, bro. And then on the flip side, you can't be too business heavy, because you'll probably fuck around and not send this person your best beat, or you might not put your best foot forward because you want some, I'm gonna keep my best shit hidden because they don't want to pay for this, or this ain't gonna make me no money. And the whole time that was your bridge to something.
Yep. That, bro, and that's some shit I'm learning. Just with designing clothes and shit, it's like I felt like I was leaning too far on one side, but now I'm getting back to trying to get in the middle, bro. Life is all about balance. So whatever you do, you're not really going, in my opinion, you're not going to see progress in it until you really start moving from a balanced perspective, looking at it from, you know, a logical and emotional perspective, a positive and a negative perspective, because that's what gives you direction. Because when you can see both ways it can go, you can choose to walk in the middle of that shit and get the best of both worlds. But if you never take the time to see that, you'll never be able to do that. And so you'll always be getting stuck on one side and always having to backtrack and start over, when in reality, all you got to do is take some time, don't everything don't gotta be instant. Take some time, look over shit, look how it's gonna think about it, feel about it, and then make the best decision based on what you think and feel. But you gotta have both. You definitely right about that. You gotta have both, 100%.
And plus, I was fortunate enough to see like a couple of people start their music journeys and go off into the industry, and not even necessarily be rappers or producers, but like people who behind the cameras, they do writing, creative direction, whatever. I was able to watch them start go on, and like watching what they dealt with, like knowing who I was at the time. I know if I was next to them or around them or involved in a situation, I probably would have fucked that up for them.
Yep.
Because they got, they probably got shorted somewhere, stood up, set up or something. And then it's like, bro, fuck that, take this L shit. Let's go kick their teeth in. And you can't play like that.
You can't, bro, because that shit'll, because if you get, because you like, bro, you can't be like that, bro. You gonna fucking be in a jail cell all the time, fighting assault cases and shit, man. That shit's not a good look, bro. It's just not. It's just not.
Even if you don't get pitched on it, like let's say we did this interview in person, right? And you ask me a dumbass question and I just beat the fuck out of you. Even though I'm like in the right to some people's mind, that next person with that podcast not gonna have me on.
Yeah, they ain't gonna fuck with you,
because he not
bro.
gonna know what triggers me.
Exactly. That's kind of one of the biggest things I'm learning myself, bro. You are the center of your world. You are not the center of the universe, bro. Everybody is not gonna know your triggers, the shit you like and dislike, and it is not their job to. But it's your job to effectively communicate that stuff. So you can't be like, "Oh, I don't like X, Y, and Z," but then when X, Y, and Z happen, you just letting it happen because you don't want to speak on it. It's like, bro, nah. Tell people, set your boundaries. That's how you do good business. You do good business by telling people like, "Hey, where I'm from, I don't respond well to that type of language or that type of behavior. I'm gonna ask you to correct that. If not, then we can proceed. Then I'm gonna ask you. Then I'm gonna have to decline. Whatever business we got going on. It's simple, but you can't get too caught up in like you said, just being impulsive. You got to think before you speak and think before you do things in business, and that's and that's why a lot of businesses aren't successful. That's why people tell, oh, everybody can't run a business. It's correct. Everybody can't run a business because you got to know when to be objective, when to let shit ride, and when to pursue shit. Like some shit, you just got to let it ride. You can't confront everything. You can't, what I'm saying, want to add everybody on the timeline, start arguments, beef, drama, because that's publicity you don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have that balance, bro, between being yourself but also being a businessman.
Yeah, some people don't got it. But once I really realized like I'm only in control of myself, my feelings only matter to me, and I need to be as center as in the gray area as possible, that's when I knew to enter like trying to pursue a career in music.
Yeah. But that's it's a blessing that I'm glad that you figured that out for yourself early on, bro. Like, even though, nigga, you almost 30, but I don't give a fuck, nigga, you doing shit. I don't care. Age doesn't matter, bro. For me, I respect anybody that can just be honest with themselves and admit where they was fucking up and just move to do better. Because that's what really matters in this life shit. That's all that matters. Admitting where you're wrong and trying to do better. And but look at you now, bro. You made that decision however long ago you did, and you doing it, bro. You're doing big things, man. And it's all love over here, and it's all support over here, gang. Because you're doing great things, brother. And I believe in you. Shit.
Hey, I'm trying, bro. As long as you're putting time into something, you can charge people. So like, no matter how old you are, bro, if you putting time into making music and your shit is good, charge motherfuckers to let them hear it.
It don't matter if you
charge
14,
people to perform their shit. Like it don't matter if it's $100 or $10,000.
It's the principle.
Think about it, bro. You go perform 3 songs somewhere for $100, bro. You just made $100 in a fucking hour.
Like, bro, you just made $300 in a day. Like people.
Like, gee, and then you go do a set here, a set at this small bar, a set at this small bar, and a set at this small bar. That's $300-$400 in a night. You can fuck around and go DoorDash for another 2-3 hours, get another $200-$300, and then probably you cut hair on the side of some shit. So you go cut 10 niggas' hairs. You just made a band in a day, and you still got like 9 hours left.
In the day, bro, you got your time to go relax and sleep, bro, and start over and do it all over again. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's more than one way to do stuff. So don't ever get discouraged because you thinking, I'm small time, man. Nigga, everybody got to start somewhere. So what, nigga? We all came up selling lemonade and shit on the block. Like, bro, that shit don't matter.
We all came up selling bootleg Lil Wayne mixtapes.
Man, selling candy and shit in the hallways and shit, man. Man, what? Bro, you can't don't ever let nobody discourage you from charging your worth, bro. The only thing I say is if you're gonna charge people, you need to take that shit seriously. Because the minute you start charging people, it's not a hobby no more. It is a business. So you need to treat it as such.
But, exactly, bro. Don't jump in and out, bro. That's another thing too. When I had to really turn that switch on, like, nigga, you not doing this for a hobby no more. This ain't you making beats in your room, not saving them no more. Just playing them for yourself. Like, you really got to take this shit serious. That's what led me in the book in my first photo shoot the other day.
Yup, bro. Oh, big moves, bro.
Hey, product. What the fuck they call that? Your product photo shooter, what the fuck ever. Like, yeah, I am the product, so I gotta take pictures of myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what the fuck I like to hear, man. I booked my first photo shoot in like February, bro. I was like, damn. Hey, that nigga, I booked with Deuce, bro. Cause he out in North Carolina, so I went to Charlotte and linked up with bro, and we took some shots. Man, he was, and I'm not gonna say he's starting up or whatever, but he's still trying to get established into his photography and stuff. But he was worried about it, man. And that's why I say, bro, if you just start and do stuff, people will fuck with you because I pay this rate, it won't shit to pay it. And then, but when you really care about your work, you're gonna be like, damn, bro, like, is this good for you? Like, this straight. And that, to me, is what shows passion. That's what shows that you really care about it. It ain't just some shit you're doing to make money. And I told
exactly.
I told that nigga, bro, I take a good picture once every 6 months. I took like 5 of them shits today. I'm good, bro. This is more than I could ever ask for. I
be telling my clients, like, yeah, the website say three revisions, but who's to say you finna get this music right in 3 tries, bro? So, like, come the fuck on. Let's figure this out. But niggas get discouraged and don't want to come back and they give up and shit. That's a whole nother story. But if a motherfucker really trying to work with you on their art, bro, they care about it. So work with them.
Yup, exactly, bro. And that's where we're gonna end off today, gang. If you're listening to this and you've made it to the end of this interview, man, work with people who are passionate, who are just as passionate about the things they do as you are. And you'll never go wrong. I promise you won't. As long as you work with people that are passionate about the things they do, the way you are, they think about things like you, similar to you, and they care, you'll never go wrong, man. In music and whatever you want to do, you can do it. Just be yourself and people will find you. You just got to keep working.
And watch for these fake passionate people too. The motherfuckers who are always posting quotes and these deep ass thoughts and shit. Watch for them niggas, bro, because they gonna sing you off too. They gonna trip you up and have you doing a whole bunch of dumb shit that you shouldn't be doing.
But and this is how you know when you start getting somewhere. When you start getting fake love in public, on the internet, wherever, you own to something, bro. You own to something. Because if you won't own to nothing, bro, niggas wouldn't be playing you like that. But since you own to something, they moving wacky. So when you notice people start moving funny, bro, just ignore it, keep your head down, and just keep working, bro. You gotta focus on.
If you the little nigga, if you came up as the little nigga or the youngest, and your big cousins that used to always play you and leave you out of shit, start leaving 100 emojis and flames and shit, yeah, you getting somewhere.
Yup, motherfuckers that don't speak you. When motherfuckers that don't speak you start swiping up on Instagram story talking about fire, like this shit fire, you getting somewhere, bro. They watching.
Start posting you on shit, man. Like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Man, they watching. So give them a motherfucking show. Give them a motherfucking show. You know they watching.
They like what they see. That's how you know you putting out good shit and people like what they see. Because all the fake motherfuckers start being fake with you.
Exactly. Ball out, baby. Ball out.
You know, but yeah, that's it. I'm Jonesy49 on all social media joints. I know you trying to end this. I got a couple.
Oh no, you good, bro. Yeah, man. Get at him, Jonesy49. Check out some of his music. He's great. He's starting to get into videography, man. Stay tuned for that music tasting. You know, that producer.
Yeah, shout out Gary, shout out Glenn Park, shout out that nigga D Brown, shout out G Scott. the whole Same Hustle New Money camp. G Scott and his like 5 different affiliations. I don't know, be like on 6 different labels and shit. Shout out to Vibe guys. We got the best music out here. Shout out to Mike Dilla in the Vision Studios. Shit. Who else can I shout out in this motherfucker? Shit, that's pretty much it. Shout out the whole 219. No, fuck that. Shout out my nigga 2K Dre. He the most wildest light-skinned nigga I know. Shit, yeah, now that's really it.
Shout out the
shout out
gang,
my
man.
niggas.
Shout out the gang.
Shout out
man.
everybody.
Appreciate you coming on, Jonesy. It was a pleasure to talk and kick it with you, bro. Blessings, gang. As always, man, Grande gang, live life grande. Hope you can take some of this advice and apply it to your own life. Because goddamn it, if you ain't living grande, nigga, that you ain't living. But stay tuned. Stay tuned for new things. We're gonna switch up some art styles going into the late summer, into the fall. And just stay tuned, gang. Appreciate you, Jonesy. I'm gonna get up. We're gonna get up with you, gang. You feel me, big bro?